Hello, little dreamers, and welcome back to TinyNest Stories. Snuggle up, get comfy, and let's travel to a land of snow and sea for tonight's magical tale. Long, long ago, in a small, snowy village nestled by the sea in Norway, lived a young Viking boy named Rune. Unlike the other Vikings who dreamed of grand battles, Rune was quiet and thoughtful. He was known throughout the village for one special thing. He always spoke the truth. Every morning, Rune would head down to the harbor. He helped the fishermen tie their sturdy boats and carried heavy baskets of silvery fish. He didn't have many riches, but he had something far more valuable, the trust of everyone in his village, all because of his honesty. One freezing morning, as the sun peeked over the icy water, Rune spotted something shimmering in the snowdrift near the docks. He knelt down and carefully brushed away the frost. His eyes widened, and he let out a small gasp. It was a magnificent golden arm ring, intricately carved and shining brightly. He recognized it instantly. It was a mark of the village chief. He looked left, then right. The docks were quiet, except for a few other boys playing nearby. They saw what Rune had found and whispered excitedly, "Keep it, Rune! You found it! It's yours now!" But Rune gently shook his head. His heart told him what he had to do. "No," he said softly but firmly. "It belongs to the chief. I must return it." He carefully wrapped the precious arm ring in a piece of cloth to keep it safe and hurried through the winding, snowy streets towards the chief's great hall. Two towering guards stopped him at the heavy oak doors. Rune wasn't frightened. He bowed respectfully and said in a clear voice, "I found this by the docks, my lord. I believe it is yours." He held out the bundled cloth. The old chief, a man with a long, white beard and wise eyes, looked surprised. He took the arm ring and examined it. "You found this, and you brought it back to me?" Rune simply nodded, his gaze steady. "It wasn't mine to keep," he explained. A warm, gentle smile spread across the chief's face. "Many would have hidden such a treasure, boy. Your honesty shines brighter than any gold." He placed a kind hand on Rune's shoulder. "Come to the feast tonight. You have earned a place at the high table." That evening, the great hall was filled with warmth and laughter. A grand fire crackled in the hearth, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Rune sat humbly beside the chief, his heart full of gratitude. He had never tasted such delicious food or heard such joyful songs. He remained quiet, smiling shyly as the chief raised his drinking horn and told everyone, "This boy, Rune, has shown us what it truly means to be a Viking, brave in heart and loyal in soul." But suddenly, the feast was interrupted. A sailor burst through the doors, his face pale with fear. "A storm at sea," he shouted, his voice trembling. "One of the ships is breaking apart on the cliffs." Without a single moment of hesitation, Rune jumped to his feet. "I'll go," he declared. The chief's strongest men, inspired by his bravery, rushed to follow him down to the shore. The scene at the sea was terrifying. Giant waves crashed against the jagged cliffs. The wind howled like a hungry wolf, and flashes of lightning lit up the stormy sky. Rune didn't flinch. He tied a thick rope securely around his waist and carefully climbed onto a slippery, wave-battered rock. "Hold on!" he shouted to the desperate sailors clinging to their broken ship. "I'm coming for you!" With all his might, he threw the heavy rope across the churning waves. Once, twice, again and again, until finally, Every single sailor was pulled safely to the shore. When the storm finally calmed and the sun began to rise, the sailors gathered around Rune, their eyes filled with tears of gratitude. "You risked your life for us," one of them said, his voice thick with emotion. Rune just offered a small, tired smile. It was the right thing to do. Back in the village, the chief gathered everyone together. "Rune returned my treasure when he could have kept it, and he saved my men when he could have stayed safe. He has shown us all that honesty, loyalty, and courage are what make a true Viking, not just swords or ships." The next day, Rune woke to the gentle sound of seagulls and the soft lapping of waves against the shore. He wore the golden arm ring proudly on his arm. To him, it wasn't a prize. It was a reminder that truth and bravery will always shine the brightest, even in the coldest and darkest of storms. And that's the end of our story, little friends. Always remember that being honest and courageous will help you find your way, no matter how strong the storm may be. Thank you for joining us at TinyNest Stories. If you enjoyed our adventure with Rune, don't forget to subscribe and tap the little bell icon so you won't miss our next magical tale. Sweet dreams!